Evangelical Christians are far less likely than the general public to say humans cause climate change. But one group wants to change that. Video provided by Newsy Look. Joe Bowling, supervisor for the Egglewood Solar Project, looks over solar panels January 23, 2015, on the roof of the Egglewood Christian Church, 57N. Rural St. Idiopolis, photo, Mike Fender /The Star, by photo. I don't consider myself an environmentalist. That is perhaps an odd statement coming from someone who is an unabashed, you could say devout, leader of a nationwide movement to care for the environment. Then again, the Rev. Mitch Heskarks is your typical advocate for environmental causes. He's a lifelong Republican son of a coal miner, and a man who spent more than a decade working for the coal industry. But Heskarks is also an evangelical Christian with a message that is at the heart of a growing eco-friendly Christian movement. Scripture says to honor God's creation by caring for the earth. Yellowwood protests, how lawmakers are taking aim at logging in Idaho forests. Stopping in the Klan. Idaho once had a hate crimes law, but it quietly disappeared. Support local journalists. The 6 benefits of an IndyStar digital subscription. These days, Heskarks travels the country spreading that message to other evangelical Christians, and in doing so is creating common ground among people who on most issues are bitter ideological opponents. One of the things that I have found out, in the 9 years I've been doing this and probably a 1,000 sermons and presentations, if not more, is that a lot of evangelicals have not been taught what the Bible says about caring for the earth, Heskarks told IndyStar in a phone conversation. We don't own this earth. God does. We are merely supposed to be stewards, caretakers. Heskarks, who was the featured speaker at the Hoosier Environmental Council's annual Greening the State House event on Saturday, is far from alone in embracing the environment as a Christian cause. Over the past decade, several evangelical leaders and institutions have adopted environmentally conscious resolutions. In 2011, the Lausanne Committee for World Evangelization, a global evangelical organization, adopted the Cape Town Commitment. Among its many goals, the commitment encourages Christians worldwide to persuade governments to put moral imperatives above political expediency for issues related to the environment and climate change. The same year, the National Association of Evangelicals released a 56-page paper exploring how environmental changes affect the poor and the biblical arguments for Christian engagement in environmental issues. We are concerned when we hear projections that environmental changes threaten the lives of more and more people, particularly the extreme poor, said NA President Laith Anderson at the time of the release. Perhaps one of the largest tours de force for evangelical environmentalism came in 2006, when 86 evangelical leaders signed a climate initiative that called for the reduction of carbon dioxide emissions. More than 200 additional leaders have signed on since then.